You're listening to today's inspirational message on the Proverbs with Bjorklund.
The theme of Proverbs 11 is along the lines of be careful with certain things because they're dangerous. It's similar to when you warn your child to be careful, to assess risk. And in verse 14, we see this. It says, where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in the abundance of counselors, there is safety. And then verse 15 says, but whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer harm. And he who hates striking hands in pledge is secure. And then verse 16, a gracious woman gets honor and violent men get riches. And that's a whole different thing to consider. A man who's kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. And so there's several things that are happening here, and we'll talk some about unkindness and stinginess tomorrow. But today I want to just focus on this idea of counselors and seeking guidance. In Proverbs, the two foolish actions around guidance is one, not heeding reproof, which is repeated over and over again. What that is referring to is basically when somebody says something to us that we could perceive as negative, rather than dismissing it, we're willing to at least consider it, listen to it, take it in. But the second kind of foolishness here is just simply not seeking guidance, not asking other people their opinion, their input, their wisdom about different things. And the reason for this is obvious. An abundance of counselors helps us get different perspectives, different ways of seeing it, different things to consider than maybe we've ever considered. On the leadership team at the staff level at Orchard Hill Church, for years, Kevin Cotter has been part of that as our CFO. And Kevin is one of those people who has a great ability to see things that maybe other people don't see and to speak a word kind of as a counselor. And he's one of those people who's been just invaluable to me and to the whole church by being somebody who speaks into a situation. But if somebody were to say, I don't need to hear from Kevin, and sometimes it slows you down, it might even be something that is challenging to your way of thinking or even the outcome you want. But the wisdom, the success he talks about is to heed from people. And it doesn't always mean you take their advice or say they're right, but it means you consider the input of lots of people. And probably one of the places that this is really important in life is when we're married. And the reason I say this is a lot of times in a marriage where you can start to say, well, I see it this way, he or she sees it this way. We just don't see eye to eye, and we start to think we have the answers. But I think in God's design of bringing a husband and a wife together, especially when it comes to kids, to hear from one another, to see the wisdom of what they have to say, sometimes to seek it from friends, can help you in probably one of the most difficult areas of life, which is knowing how to parent well. And certainly it applies to every area of our lives, saying, will I bring in counselors? Will I bring wisdom into my life? Or will I choose instead to do things on my own and to not seek guidance? And then verse 15 is just, again, this idea of using your name to secure an advantage for someone who's not tied to you. A stranger is one who's outside what is known and trusted to you. And so the danger here is saying, I'm going to allow somebody to use my name in some way to their benefit who is not known and trusted to me. And certainly this has a financial implication, but I think it's bigger than that, because when our name is used, it can be a club in other people's hands. And just to simply say, I will not do this, but instead I will choose to make sure that when my name is used, it's used well with people that I'm in community with. So the question today is, will I choose to, in essence, seek counselors from many people and then not let my name be used inappropriately?
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.